It took so long to get on. We're gonna go ahead and get right into this. My name is Charles Caldwell. I'm the CEO of Caldwell Tycoon Properties. And if you're watching this, you might be interested in becoming a investor with us. What I've built and put together is a model through trial and error on myself with my own funds in regards to how to help give people an opportunity, people in my community, people that look like me, people that are my age, that's older than me, that's younger than me, that's lighter than me, giving people, anybody, an opportunity to invest funds and see a return on those funds. Now, this is not a Ponzi scheme, and this is not a get rich quick scheme. However, um, if you put in if you put in the time and you let time versus um, assets move along the frame and scope of what it is, it will yield a positive return. So I want everybody to know that the things that we're doing right now, there are risks associated with it. However, my expertise is to eliminate those risks or to get them super low to where we have a return at the end of all of this. Well, how long? Someone say, well, how long is this supposed to take? This process. This process can take anywhere from 3 months to 7 months. However, I estimate this next project that we're working on right now, the next project that we're working on is going to be a fast one. We have a prime location on a golf course. We have the perfect establishment, the perfect structure that doesn't need a lot of tender loving care, which means that our repair cost is going to be low. We're going to be getting this property under about $45,000 under the market, which means the day of purchase, we already have $45,000 worth of equity, so to say. We also know that it's in an area that is about twice much as that equity that we already have. So if we work fast, if we work swift, we can have it back into a status where it's really ready to go again. The people who already are aboard the team, there's some members who have already given their contribution, given their investment, so to say, to Caldwell Tycoon Property and Investments. And those people, I want to say, I thank you, I appreciate you, because that just shows me that I am doing, that we are doing, my wife and I are doing something that people see value in. And you can see it by the fruits of our labor. So I'm not hiding how I live. I'm not hiding what I do. This is just what I do. And I enjoy doing this. And I'll do this for fun if I could, which I kind of am. Nonetheless, this is not a Ponzi scheme, and as any investment goes, there are always risks associated with it. However, how much do I need to give, Charles? Are some of the questions that I've given, I've had people ask me. I'm sorry, and you can give whatever you desire. I have no limit, no cap. If you have $100, you can give $100. You have 500, you can give 500. You have 1,000, and so forth, so on. Just know that the amount of money that you give, you get a percentage back on that amount. So for every $1,000 is 1%. So if you give $100, that's 0.01% of the profit for the investors. And I have this all laid out in the documents that you are sent to sign, that you get to keep for your records of what you gave and what the estimated looks like, estimation looks like, as far as fees or not fees, as far as profit goes. People like to see that, but like I told you, I'm not a musician. I'm not a musician. I'm not. This is not an abracadabra. It's not a get quick rich scheme. It is not. What this is people, black people, young people who have jobs that have saved up. They are trusting and seeing an opportunity to become investors. And if you start out small, just know that small bit that you get back off of your investment, you roll that over next time into more, and you get more. The more you give, the more you get, and that's just because that's how the math works. So we were looking to purchase a house for $205,000 in Slidell. Again, the house is already under. It's a short sale. I've done a short sale before. I'm familiar with it. My realtor, Jana, has done some before, so she's familiar with it. And the thing about short sales is that it takes a long time to get the other side, the bank that's selling, um, to agree to a number. Well, we've already got them to agree. And I've already got my money set up over this side to actually purchase the house. And what your funds are going to be doing is to help, again, rebuild, remake, remodel the home, which is a smaller portion than what I'm giving. So if you understand numbers, math, if I gave if it's 205,000 and I gave 205,000 and my collective investors pulled together and gave 50,000 to help with this cost, which that's not what I'm thinking is going to cost. It's going to cost lower than that. But that 50,000 is a percentage of the whole. So if the total cost for this property is going to cost us 223, and I really only needed, I say the business only needed 23,000. I know I'm kind of talking fast. There's a percentage that was given for the repairs versus the total amount. That percent is what the investors will get back off of the profit when we sell it. If we only spend $220,000 in purchasing and repair, and we sell it for 280,000, that is a $60,000 difference. Of course, there's some fees, taxes, that we're going to pay. And speaking of taxes, that's another thing. The way I have my business model set up is that you don't have to worry about taxes. You're going to get the funds that you put in. Of course, no taxes there because that was the investment that you gave, and the investment portion that you make off of it is going to be tax free. Why? Because I'm paying the taxes on all profit the day of closing or selling. So there's no need for me to have you guys pay profits, pay taxes on the profit again. And I think that's a plus at this point in time. So with that being said, we covered a little bit about taxes, covered about that this is still a risk. I will be my company through Chase will be doing all the accounting, so your percentages are pretty much locked in. Now the thing about it is, depending on how generous my company is, we may want to take less of that bigger pie and spread that to the investors because we understand that I understand that I would love to put in $500 and get $500 back on top of my 500 to make 1,000, but the numbers don't allow that. However, the numbers would allow for, perhaps maybe 500 goes in, you get your 500 back and you make, 125 or something like that. So now you made now you walk away with $625, perhaps in a short period of time, 3 months. Now, if you think about that, I'm looking at time just because I know it's valuable. If you put $500, now you can put $500 in a bank and you can let it sit there for in your savings account. You can let it sit there for the whole year. You would, if I'm not right, I think you would probably pocket about $23 off of that interest that you made off that $500 for a whole year. I'm offering something better than that. So that's where you win, and that's where we all win because we get a chance to again go through this process. Anyone who has special skills that want to be a part of the team, that has given some funds and they want to show that they can do this that with a house, that also creates sweat equity. We talk a lot about sweat equity, the with Global New South and Awoke. If those are some things that you want to be a part of, definitely you want to be a part of those entities that are helping to make the bigger picture prosperous. So, well, I don't have much more I want to say. I just want to really introduce yourself. I want to introduce myself to you guys, as the CEO of Caldwell Tycoon Property, and also say thank you for even showing interest in investing with this company. Again, this is not a get rich quick scheme, but it is a program. It is a company that is going to be putting money back into people's pocket, what they gave, and also profits on what they gave. And that is why I enjoy this. I want the youngsters. I want people that's 25, that's 20, that have $250. I want them to put that $250 to work. You're not gonna make $250 off of $250 in at right now at this point, unless we got a really good deal. We bought something that was like super cheap and was able to sell it for 5 times as much as if we bought it for. Then your money would compound and double. I'm looking for those. Don't get me wrong; they're out there. I'll find it, and you guys will be a part of that. So if you like what you heard, I'm looking to have all funds into my hands or account by the June the 12th, I believe it is. So you have until June the 12th to come up with your funds, whatever amount that is. Let me know. I'll draft up the document, send it back to you so you can kind of see what the numbers, so you can see what the numbers are, not kind of, and have those for your record. And then by June the 13th, 14th, 15th, I'm going to go ahead and let the banks know that we are all good to go. And then we'll go ahead and try to move forward with acquisition of property by June the 27th. At that point in time, we'll go in, start demoing, tearing stuff apart, putting stuff back together, have the contractors come in and do their thing. And you all can all be a part of that. If you're local and you want to go and come and help and take pictures, and look, we're making a movie about that. Global New South, we're going to be taking videos, footage, and we're going to be putting that stuff out. So it's a family that we're creating, but it's all due to the fact that you see value in what we got going on here. So I think I'm almost at that time. It'll let me know here in a little bit. However, if anyone has any questions, they can unmute themselves and have at it. Again, I appreciate you all for hanging in here. I'm recording this, so I will be posting this on the Call Tycoon Instagram page and perhaps maybe even on Facebook. My phone number is 760-805-0336. If you want to reach me, you can text me. If you have interest in investing some funds before the deadline of June the 12th, let me know and I'll get you guys locked in.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
When you invest the money, you're saying like if you invest $1,000 into 2%, 8,000 2%, would that be 2% of the total profit from the sale, or 2% of a percentage from the sale?
So great question. Your meeting will be ending in 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes. All right, cool. I was waiting for that message. Okay. So to answer your question, if you're going to get 2%, if you give 2,000, you're going to get 2% of the investor's profit after. So it's a 2% of a percent. Yes, to answer your question. And that percent is 30. I'm looking at like doing 70-30, but I may be more generous and do 65-35. But it all depends on it. It really just depends on how much you give. 2% of 35, and if I'm saying that we're going to probably make at least 40,000, 35% of 40,000 is like 35 to we're looking at what, like 15 grand. So you're going to make 2% of 15 grand, 2 of 15 grand. What are we doing? I'm trying to do the numbers real quick in my head. 2% of 15 grand. So my phone right over there. 200, and you probably be looking like $250 off that $2,000, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I was just checking. I was a little confused on that. So it is a percentage of a percentage after the main investors get their cut.
Yes, and the main investors is that company, because that company is putting in $205,000 to buy the house. So
Okay.
it would make it would make sense that they would get the bigger cut. Unless I got enough investors to offset that, trust me, I would love to not put all 205,000 in there. Yeah, but great question. Yeah, it is a percent of a percent. It is a percent of the investors portion. If we collect more money from investors, then that investors portion go up. That portion goes down, and I would love it to be 50-50, honestly. Um, but realistically, I think it'll probably end up being like 70-30 or 65-35, something like that.
No problem.
No worries, no worries. Any other question? Great question, by the way. Thanks. I'm just happy to be offering an opportunity for people to see what I've been doing and be a part of it. And I say what my wife and I have been doing. LaFectra has been instrumental. And man, shoot, even my family members, my brother, his wife, it's amazing. It's amazing doing stuff like this that the banks don't want us to do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they don't want us to do it. They just probably think we can't do it, but we can do a lot. We can do a whole lot when you put your minds and people to come together, do stuff. A lot of the work, I'm going to do a lot of the work at the house myself, which is going to cut costs, which is going to make the profit even bigger. So once it gets on, once I turn off I'm a musician, I'm an artist. Once I turn off my music side and go into the investing side, I'm a different beast. But that's how you have to be sometimes.
Yeah, Charles, can you hear me?
I can.
Just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing. It sounds great. I learned a long time ago if you got a percentage of anything, it's way better than the percentage you can get from anybody. So that's rock and roll. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Joe. Appreciate it. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So I guess with that being said, again, looking to have all the funds, where they need to be at the the 12th. I need people to let me know how they want to do it, and that's another question. I know I got like 3 minutes, but however you want to send your funds is fine. Smaller funds can be done through Cash App and Zelle. Anything big, if you're doing anything over 10 grand, I would say let's not do 10 grand. We're going to do like a 9 and 1, and we could do that through check form, if that works. And if you send a check, your time will, obviously the mail takes time to get there. So, or if you bring it, if you're in the area, either way, doesn't matter. You'll get that time. Um, yeah, cash is fine too. I ain't got no problem with that. You'll get your receipt, you'll get your percentage splits, and you will be, your investment ties are locked in. So cool. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, you say any percent of anything is good. Keep make that money, make money. And another thing on the side is this right here. If the the other situation is as soon as we fix it, I'm putting in a month to month lease, and everybody is gonna make money off of that. That's over the that everyone will make profit off of the month to month lease until we sell it. I don't think we're going to be in there long, but at least we'll have profit coming in and nothing will be wasted. So there's no extra fees that you guys don't have to worry about. Landscaping, water, lights, I got it covered. Somebody just came back in. I'm gonna admit them. Okay, well, hey, look, this right here is recorded. I'm Yuka, aka Charles. I got a team of people. Thanks. Shout out to George. Shout out to Snoop. As you were, Richard August. Shout out to my wife, LaFectra. I love you. The investors that we did on the last project, man, y'all were great. I hope I can have you on this one. Nonetheless, it's all good. Dominique, Monique, anybody else that that's like David Vines, man, it's a lot of other people. I'm not gonna call any more names, but I appreciate you. Yeah, that's my time, guys. Y'all have fun and be safe out there. Let's get it.